Hi and welcome to the last week of our crochet along. Thank you for joining me in this wonderful adventure that we've been on. So today we're at the exciting part, which is joining the squares together. So there's a few things that we need to keep in mind when we're joining our squares together. We're going to be using just a crochet stitch. We're not going to be sewing them. We're going to use a crochet stitch so that we make a ridge that goes along each side of the square, apart from the outside edges, to enhance the ability to fool the brain into thinking that there's depth to this image. So the first key thing to notice is, can you see how smooth this side looks? I'm going to just turn it over so that you can see the difference. So yeah, we've got some of our tail ends there, but also can you see how it just isn't so smooth? I mean, you may prefer this side, but I prefer the smoother looking side. I think it gives straighter lines and I think it helps with the illusion. So that's the first thing to notice. And we're going to take, so I've got my 4 squares here. We're going to do a panel of four squares. We'll take our first 2 in our colour plan, and let's just check that we've got our smooth side showing for our other panel. There we go, our side of the square I should say. So yes, this is the smoother side, this is the rougher side. So I want both smooth sides. So for me, this purple one is going to be the bottom left hand corner of my blanket. So, and then above it is going to be the blue square. And we're going to be joining along these edges here. So we want both of our grey squares to be, oh, there's a little bit, you can't see. So we want both of our grey squares to be in the same place. And then we want to line up our 2 squares, and then what we're going to do, we're going to pick them up, which means that on this side the square is in the top right hand corner, and then if we turn over, the square will be in the bottom left hand corner. Okay, so then we turn back this way and we get our yarn, unravel some so that we're ready to start crocheting our squares together. Okay, so we're going to do pretty much what you're used to doing. So let's just have a little look if I can zoom in for you. There we go. We're going to go into the corner of our front square, and we're going to go into the corner of our square on the back. We're going to catch our yarn and bring it through both holes like this. Okay. Then we're going to catch both ends of the yarn and bring it through. Just give it a little tug, that's secured it. From then on we just work with the yarn, the working yarn. We leave the tail just drop and we'll sew that in later. Okay, so now we're going to go into the first treble on the front square and the first treble on the back square. I'm just going to tap my screen to see if it'll focus a little bit better for you there. There we go. Okay, so let's do that. Shall we put our hook into the top, and you want to go through both, you want both strands to be over your hook, so you're going in through the hole under both of those strands, and do the same with the back treble. Go through both. Oop, I missed it. It doesn't want to do with me. Come on. 1, 2, there we go. Then we're going to catch our yarn, bring it through both sides. So it does sometimes catch, as you just saw. I had to make sure that everything was okay. I'm giving that tail a yank because of that loop there then. So now we're going to catch our yarn and bring it through the 2 stitches. And from now on it gets a bit easier because we're going to go into the front, into the back. So again you're going into the middle treble of the first treble cluster on the front and the middle treble of the first treble cluster on the back. Catch your yarn, bring it through. See how it was easier this time? Catch your yarn, bring it through again. Now you don't want to be pulling this tight. You want these stitches to be not too loose, but definitely not tight, otherwise you're going to get bunching up and you're not going to get a blanket that drapes in a flat way. It's all going to be bunched up and it's going to ruin the effect. So there we go, into the next treble in the front. And I've done it wrong, so I've got to start that all over again. So we're going to go into the hole at the front, into the hole at the back of our corner stitches, catch our yarn, and we're going to bring it through both holes, and then we're going to catch both strands of our yarn, bring it through, and this is the only one that we pull tight. We drop then our waste yarn and we continue with our working yarn. We're going to go into the hole at the top of the first treble, making sure that those 2 strands are on top of our hook. We're going to do the same thing at the back. We're going to go through the hole at the top of the first treble, making sure those 2 strands are above the hook. Catch our yarn, bring it through. Catch our yarn, bring it through. Give one little tug because this is the very first stitch, and that's our anchor secure. So we're going to work across now, making sure that we go through the same treble position at the front as on the back. So we're going to go through the second treble in our first cluster on the front, and we're going to go through the second treble in our cluster on the back. Catch the yarn, bring it through. Catch the yarn, bring it through. Can you see how this is loose? We don't want it to be tight, okay? We don't want it to be too loose, but we definitely don't want it to be tight because it will bunch up, and then when we lay our blanket flat, it won't be flat. It'll be bunched up, and that will spoil the effect. So then we're going to work into our next treble, the third one of our first cluster, and we're going to go into the third one of our back cluster. Catch the yarn, bring it through. Catch the yarn, bring it through both stitches on the hook. And that's what we're going to do all the way across. So into the front, into the back, catch the yarn, bring it through. Catch the yarn, bring it through both stitches on the hook. Into the front, into the back, catch the yarn, bring it through. Catch the yarn, bring it through both stitches on the hook. Into the front, into the back, catch the yarn, bring it through. Catch the yarn, bring it through both stitches on the hook. Into the front, into the back, catch the yarn, bring it through. Catch the yarn, bring it through both stitches on the hook. Into the front, into the back, catch the yarn, and bring it through both stitches on the hook. Into the front, into the back, catch the yarn, bring it through, catch the yarn, bring it through both stitches on the hook. Now you can check that you are doing it right by making sure that you've got the 2 holes in the same place as you move along. Can you see what I mean? If you don't, then it's worth checking. You can even open it up like this and just check that you have got the correct trebles with each other. So I've got this one, the third one and the third one, the second one and the second one, the first one and the first one, and then so on. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Okay. Oop. Let's go back now to joining them. Let's get some more yarn. Okay. Moving on to our next cluster, into the front. Into the back. Catch the yarn, bring it through. Catch the yarn, bring it through the 2. Into the front. Into the back. Catch the yarn, bring it through both of them. Catch the yarn, bring it through both stitches on the hook. Into the front, into the back, oops, I slipped, into the back. Catch the yarn, bring it through. Catch the yarn, bring it through. Into the front, into the back. Catch the yarn, bring it through. Catch the yarn, bring it through. Into the front, into the back. Catch the yarn, bring it through both of them. Catch the yarn, bring it through both stitches on the hook. Into the front, into the back. Catch the yarn, bring it back through the back and front. Catch the yarn, bring it through the 2 stitches on the hook. Into the front, into the back. Catch the yarn, bring it through. Catch the yarn, bring it through the 2 stitches on the hook. And we'll continue. And we're going up to our last treble cluster now. So this is our last treble stitch of the row, and then we finish off in the hole at the end, so into the front hole, into the back hole, catch the yarn, bring it through both, catch the yarn, bring it through both stitches, and then give it a snip. You could do a sharpening. And then bring your yarn through. And we've joined our first 2 squares, and when we open them up you can see that the grey square is up in the right hand corner and the grey square is up in the right hand corner, so that means we were successful. And look at that lovely ridge there, that's really going to help with our visuals when our blanket is complete. So what do we do next? We do exactly the same. So I tend to roll it down like this, get the next colour in our sequence, check that it's the smooth side up, which it is, and remember when it's looking like this, when it's got the grey square in the top right corner, grey square top right corner, then we know it's in the right position for us to be able to pick up the 2 squares, and then we can work across here, joining those 2 squares. So a quick reference, when one square, the square facing you will have the grey, one full square will have the grey square up in the right corner, and when you flip it over it won't have it there, and you know then that you're working along the correct side. Okay, so you do this with the entire panel, and if I zoom out a little, let's grab ourselves the panel that we finished earlier. Here we go. So there we have our complete panel, and then so I've got 1, 2 panels there. You can see the other one underneath, yeah. And then I'll have a 3rd panel which I haven't quite completed yet because I was just showing you. We're going to join these panels together then. So it is a little awkward because of not being able to zoom out far enough. There we go, let's try that. So when we come to joining our panels, again we want the smooth side facing us, so let's turn them so that the smooth side is facing us. Okay, and in this instance the grey square is on the left hand side. It doesn't matter at this point as long as all the panels have the grey squares in the same corner. Okay, so what you do, you just do a longer version where you pick up the corners and then you go into the very corner and secure the yarn on, and we work along going into the front treble, then the back treble, front treble, then back treble, all the way along the edge of our panel. All the way, and at every corner that we meet. So let's come back here now. So when you're joining, I'm going to zoom back in for this bit. So you will work in each corner, you will work your single double crochet into there, then you'll do a chain stitch. So you'll get just a little chain stitch over there. You're not working into it, you're just working a chain stitch, and then you go into this hole here. So let's show you what I mean. So we've joined the first part of our 2 panels. We've reached our corner. I've worked into the last treble of the front and back panel. Now I'm going to put my hook into both holes, catch the yarn, bring it through, catch the yarn, bring it through, and this is the point where I work 1 single crochet. Don't pull it tight. We're going to go into then the next square of both panels. So we're going to go into the corner there of the front and the corner there of the back. There we go. Catch the yarn, bring it through, catch the yarn, bring it through. So it's okay for there to be this hole here, because what we'll do, see these 2 tail ends, we're going to tie them in a way that closes at this hole. Okay, so then you carry on along the panel until it's complete. So I've just worked my last treble of the panel, and we're going to finish off by going into the hole at the front, into the hole at the back, catching the yarn, bringing it through, grab my snips and cut off. Just put the lid back on and catch the yarn, bring it through. There we go. Right then, our panels are joined. Oh, let's zoom out so you can see. There you go. So we've got our lovely joined panels with our beautiful ridges. And I did say that we're going to do something with these chain stitches here. Oh, let's go up there. Zoom back into this, you will. There we go. Okay. So all we have to do is tie them in a knot. Not too tight. Can you see there? There is some give. It isn't super loose, but it's not too tight either. So, hang on, my nails got in the way then. Do it again. So we've tied it once, and then we're going to tie it again to secure it. There we go. So just to show you, that's how that is there, yeah. And then when it comes to sewing in, we will just sew along. We'll take our yarn and we will feed it through in any of these directions to sew our ends in. So you do that at every corner, at every convergence of our 4 squares. Do it again here. It's quite quick, quite simple. There we go. So we're leaving it. We've got that will stop any puckering happening at the corners. And there we have it. So you do that again with your 3rd panel, and you will have your beautiful blanket ready for all these, let's turn it this way, for all these ends to be sewn in. So that's it for this week. There will be one more video where I bring it all together and show you the final blankets and answer any questions that you've asked me during this crochet along. So keep an eye out for that. But thank you so much for joining me so far, and please do drop me a photograph on, tag me on Instagram, on Facebook, or on Ravelry, so that I can see your projects, because I really look forward to seeing how many of you are using different colours and what your finished projects look like. So thanks once again, and I'll see you next time. Bye for now.